Taking ceremony will be administered by the Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha, who formally invited Omar Abdullah to form the government of Jammu and Kashmir. Now, the ceremony will also see the presence of INDIA bloc leaders like Supriya Sule, Akhilesh Yadav, Kani Muri, showcasing unity among opposition parties ahead of the key assembly polls in other states. Now, the Chief Minister designate will also chair meeting of administrative secretaries at 3 p.m. on Wednesday after taking oath as the Chief Minister.
Today, sir, I came as a grandson just to place flowers on the grave of my grandfather, my grandmother. But more importantly, I came to Dargah Sharif Hazratbal just to offer a silent prayer, to ask Almighty Allah to give me the strength to live up to the expectations of people. Jammu and Kashmir has gone through an extremely difficult time. People have enormous expectations, and our challenge is to live up to those expectations.
Sir, to take oath as the first Chief Minister of the Jammu and Kashmir after the abrogation of Article 370.
I have some strange distinctions. I was the last Chief Minister to serve a full 6-year term. Now I'll be the first Chief Minister of the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. The last distinction, as in the one of serving 6 years, I'm quite happy about. Being a Chief Minister of a Union Territory is a different matter altogether. It has its own challenges, but I hope that the status of a Union Territory is a temporary one. We look forward to working in cooperation with Government of India to resolve the people's problems. And the best way to do that would be to start by restoring statehood to Jammu and Kashmir.
हम भी तरफ से शुभकामनाएं देते हैं।
देखिए, खुशी का मौका है कि 10 साल के बाद यहाँ पे लोगों की हुकूमत होगी। लोगों की भी बहुत सी, उनकी भी उम्मीदें बहुत हैं। अल्लाह करे कि हम उनकी उम्मीदों पर उतर सकें, क्योंकि ड्यूटी जब तक है और गवर्नर के पास लेफ्टिनेंट गवर्नर की जो तब ये ताकत है, वो लोगों के आनी चाहिए, वो लोगों की हुकूमत पे आनी चाहिए। मैं उम्मीद करता हूँ कि सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट जो है बहुत जल्दी स्टेटहुड रिस्टोर करेगी और पूरे जो महकमे हैं, ताकत है, वो स्टेट गवर्नमेंट को मिलेगी। तब स्टेट गवर्नमेंट जो है यहाँ के लोगों के मुश्किलात को दूर कर सकेगी तेज़ी से, और फिर से जम्मू कश्मीर जो है वो हिंदुस्तान का मुकुट है, ताज है, ताज चमकने लगेगा।
अच्छी बात है, बहुमत उनको मिला है और उसी आधार पर नई सरकार बनेगी और 10 साल बाद लोकतंत्र लगभग 6-6.5 वर्ष बाद 2018 में 19 जून को जब ये सरकार का समर्थन वापस हुआ था, तब से सरकार नहीं थी। तो 6-6.5 साल बाद सरकार बन रही है। हम उनको शुभकामनाएं देते हैं कि जम्मू कश्मीर की बेहतरी के लिए काम करें, पॉजिटिव काम करें, यहाँ पर शांति व्यवस्था के लिए काम करें। यहाँ लोगों ने बहुत सहा है और बहुत से ऐसे लोग हैं जिनको फिर से यहाँ पर नागरिकता मिली है। उनके नागरिकता का भी पूरी तरह से सम्मान करें। उम्मीद करते हैं कि अच्छी सरकार, जो नई सरकार है, अच्छे तरीके से उसी राह पर काम करेगी।
For more information on this, let me go across to my colleague Ishan Wani. Ishan, good morning to you. Tell us, what is the National Conference government going to look like? Because the cabinet, of course, how many of the ministers within the cabinet are going to take oath along with the designated Chief Minister Omar Abdullah? What are you hearing from the NC camp?
Well, what we have heard is that there will be a limited number of ministers who will be taking as oath today, and Omar Abdullah first will go and take oath as Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir. The oath will be administered by the Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha, following which 3 or 4, others will take oath as ministers. Because, there is already, things are in balance with the Congress. Congress was demanding at least 2 to 3 berths in the cabinet. But because of the 6 seats that they were able to get, so that it will be a hard bargain. The bargain is still on. Though last time when Farooq and Rahul spoke about giving a formal letter of support to the National Conference, they agreed that at least 2 berths or at least 2 of them will be given to the Congress party. But still, things hang in balance. We don't know that how many seats they can get, but they were demanding at least three, but they're only getting one from the National Conference side. Though it's possible that after swearing in ceremony, because Rahul Gandhi, Mallikarjun Kharge, K.C. Venugopal, and possibly Priyanka Gandhi Vadra will also be coming to Kashmir today, there might be a meeting which will be held post that particular, swearing in ceremony, where they could finalize these particular things. But as of now, it seems like Congress is going to support from outside, but the National Conference leaders, there will be a women representation which will be part of the ministerial, candidate today, and two or three more one from Jammu and two from Kashmir could be part of the Umar Abdullah's cabinet immediately. But then there could be an extension later on which could be done. But all the leaders were told to keep their phones on at 11 p.m. yesterday. The calls have been made by the chief minister designate Omar Abdullah, and they have been informed about them being part of the cabinet. Omar is also chairing an important administrative meeting at 3 p.m. Which even after all the process that will happen till the afternoon when he assumed charge as the chief minister. Later on, he has called all the administrative secretaries and will chair a meeting because of the promises that he has made. That seems to be the priority of the National Conference at the moment, to at least fulfill those promises. As you heard from the bite that Umar Abdullah gave at the Hazrat Shrine, that there are a lot of expectations, and that is something where they want to work on. They want to support the restoration of statehood. They want a good relationship with the centre, and that seems to be a priority. That all the promises that have been made to the people in terms of getting the electricity right, giving them subsidies, giving them gas cylinders and other things that they have promised, and including jobs. So they want that to be fulfilled first, and then also see that how statehood could be restored.
Ishan, I request you to please stay with us as we are getting more breaking inputs as far as the Jammu and Kashmir story is concerned. Now, the Congress sources have in fact been suggesting that Congress will attend the swearing-in ceremony. No ministerial berth for Congress today, and further discussion will be done later. One berth was offered by the National Conference, but Congress was unhappy. Now, let me take this across to my colleague Ishan Vani. Ishan, you just mentioned that how only one seat was in fact being given to Congress party and how the state leadership is unhappy. Did the state leadership convey this to Rahul Gandhi and Kharge? Is it possible that they might give it a skip, or because we are getting to know that Rahul Gandhi will also be arriving and Mallikarjun Kharge will be arriving in Jammu and Kashmir. So is the plan still on, or is there still resentment between both the sides?
Well, not at the top leadership. We have seen at multiple times whenever there have been issues, top leadership or Rahul Gandhi and Farooq Abdullah have directly spoken, be it about the handing over of letter of support. At that time, we also saw Farooq and Rahul, speaking and getting things sorted. And before that, you also saw Ghulam Ahmad Mir, AICC in charge West Bengal and Jharkhand also visiting New Delhi with Tariq Hamid Kara, who is the chief of JKPCC in Kashmir. They also went to Delhi and conveyed their resentment, and also highlighted that there's a need for the Congress also to get ministerial berth so that there could be a proper representation of the people in those constituencies where they've been able to win. Given the fact that the Congress has also been able to win most of their seats out of 6 in Kashmir, so it's hard for the National Conference to actually leave those seats because they have the maximum number of MLAs coming in from Kashmir, and they want a proper representation to happen. Just yesterday, Ghulam Ahmad Mir was also in Delhi. He met Rahul Gandhi in the morning hours, and then he flew back to Kashmir. So there is a lot happening, but it's possible that the Congress might give the outside support immediately and then see how things happen, because if Rahul Gandhi and the top leadership is coming to Kashmir today, they might hold an informal meeting with Umar Abdullah, Farooq Abdullah after swearing-in ceremony and convey that what the party wishes, because it's the wishes of the party leadership in Kashmir who want at least 2 to 3 berths. They also would have wished to have either a deputy speaker's post or a deputy chief minister's post. It's very highly unlikely that Umar Abdullah will give any deputy chief minister's post at the moment to either National Conference or outside the National Conference give the Congress. So one has to wait and see how does this power equation work, but it seems like the Congress will give outside support at the moment and later on see if they are able to get any ministerial positions, because there are a limited number of ministers who will be part of Umar Abdullah's cabinet today. And later on, when the things happen and discussions further take place, one has to see what does the Congress get, because Congress has had only 6 seats. So the bargain is hard, but they want to ensure that they get the maximum out of it. Though they don't want to risk, collapse once again in Jammu and Kashmir. They've already lost Haryana. So at the time when they have already lost Haryana, they don't want to be out of J&K's power dynamics. So that is where all the crux lies, and one has to wait and see next couple of days what happens and how will the Congress be able to bargain with the National Conference.